Buhari's daughter opens up on DSS detention of trader for 10 weeks. Hanan Buhari, daughter of President Muhammadu Buhari, has opened up on allegations that the Department of State Service detained a trader, Anthony Okoli, for 10 weeks for using a telephone line that was earlier used by her. According to her, though she had received complaints from relatives that someone was using her old line to solicit money, she never reported the matter to the DSS. Hanan said, "This is a counter affidavit to the originating motion filed by Okoli." Okoli has sued the DSS, Hanan, and company MTN for his 10 weeks ordeal in the Security Service detention. He accused the DSS of detaining him for 10 weeks, denying him bail and access to his lawyers from using a telephone line that was earlier owned by Hanan, alleging that the DSS detained him for 10 weeks because of Hanan, who was schooling in the United Kingdom at the time, failed to come forward to clear him. In an affidavit deposed to her on behalf of one Idris Abdulhahi, Punch reports that the president's daughter said she should not have been joined in the suit because she had no idea that Okoli was ever arrested. The affidavit reads in part, "I was informed by the second respondent, Hannah, in our office on February 15, 2020, around 4 p.m., that she never made any complaint against any Mr. Anthony Okoli to any officer in the State Security Service or any law enforcement agency, that she was not privileged to even know anybody with the name Anthony Okoli and has never reported him or any other person to any law enforcement agency in Nigeria or any other country throughout her life. That although she was not happy with the public complaint that someone had been using her old SIM card to solicit for financial assistance using her name, she never complained to any authority, and she was not aware that the person's name was Anthony Okoli until the media published it." So Nigerians, this is what is happening. This is what is going on at the minute. And this is the news reaching us. So Buhari's daughter, Hanan, has finally spoken up. And she says that she didn't authorize the DSS or spoken to the DSS about her SIM card that's been redundant about 2 years ago. She said she only had a complaint of people saying someone was soliciting for funds with her previous SIM card. That's her old SIM card has been redundant, but she hasn't reported it to anyone. She hasn't reported it to the DSS. And she doesn't know, and she's not aware that any Mr. Anthony Okoli has been arrested. You know, the question that we need to ask is that how did the DSS, who now gave the orders for the man, for Mr. Anthony, to be arrested by the DSS, all right? And how did they get information that the man has been using the SIM card to solicit for funds? You know, so these are the questions that we need to ask. It's not about coming out like this to say, oh, I didn't know this, I didn't know that. But let us look at the nitty-gritties of everything that's going on, that is happening. Now, this guy was arrested, detained for 10 weeks, you know, losing his income, losing his wages, his daily wages. I wonder how it would look like to him. You know, probably is a person that haven't been to the detention or anything before, to the police cell or anything before. And now, Hanan Buhari is coming out to give a disclaimer that she hasn't sent the DSS, she hasn't told them anything. So who told the DSS? That's the problem. And that is what we see in Nigeria. where if you don't have if you don't know anyone, if you are just a normal human being, living your quiet life, and you fall into the hands of these people, you are done for. You see. So Hanan is coming out to say, "Oh, I didn't tell the DSS to do anything." Now she said the Mr. Okoli has sued Hanan, MTN, and the DSS. Now Hanan, because they've sued her now, she's coming out to make a public declaration, a statement that she wasn't aware of what was going on. You see? But that man was detained for 10 whole weeks. You can see what is happening in Nigeria. No law, abuse of power, abuse of authority, abuse of everything. I mean, before that man is detained, the police is supposed to do a proper investigation. The DSS is supposed to do a proper investigation to be sure that this man has been doing this. And, they have to have concrete evidence so they can prosecute this man. But no, immediately they arrested the man. And the next thing, the man, they freed him after 10 weeks saying, "You have been forgiven." What's the meaning of that? What did I do? Mr. Anthony doesn't even know his crime till today. And the next thing before he was released, he said, "Oh, you have been forgiven." Who? By who? The question is by who? Who forgave him? And what did he do? You see, these are the disparities. These are the things that happens in Nigeria. Because once you are nobody, you fall into the hands of these politicians. This is exactly what happens. Now, who freed this man? Why was he arrested in the first place? And it's a good thing that he is suing. He has to sue the DSS for damages. Even Hanan and MTN, he has to sue them for damage. And he's suing them for 500 million naira. Yes, he has to do that. Because you can't just infringe on people's human rights just like that because you are the high and lofty. Because your parents are ruling Nigeria. No, everyone is the same. Every citizen of Nigeria, the lives of the citizen matters. The life of everyone is so important. So for me, this matter needs to be looked into. And the right way is to go through the judicial system to make sure that everything is brought out. And now Hanan, the first person that comes out to say, "You know what? I don't know about this," is Hanan, which is good. Let's see how this unfolds. Let's see the next folk or the next person that's coming out to say we didn't get the orders. Probably tomorrow the DSS is going to come out to say, "You know what, we didn't get the orders to arrest this man." Or MTN will say, "You know what, the SIM was not sold to the man." Let's see how this unfolds, because we need to get to the bottom of this so that when the government, when people sees that Nigerians are not idiots, Nigerians are not fools, they question the status quo, then the sanity will return to Nigeria. Then whether you are a big man, whether you have money, whether you are placed in, whether you are the elite of the country, before you do a thing, you would think carefully and properly before you take action. So that is it. That's the news reaching us, my people. We want to see your comments. We want you to comment on this so Nigeria would know that its citizens are abreast of what is happening. Please, if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe to us. We'd appreciate it very much. And for those that have subscribed, thank you very much. We do appreciate your subscription. And please just follow us, like this video, share, subscribe, and just keep following us for more and latest news. Thank you very much. Until we come your way again. Bye.